Definitely, this foundation is going to take me till my deathbed to finish, because if I just need a teeny bit, then I'm going to be 100 years old still using this. Hey, it's so great to see you in today's video. We're going to be doing the base get ready with me using all of my Project Pan / Shop My Stash products. If that sounds interesting to you, then definitely keep on watching. The get ready with me towel has arrived, so we know what that means. It is time to do a get ready with me. I'm going to be using my Project Pan items and the products from my June Shop My Stash with anything I mentioned will be linked below. I have been testing the last foundation because I put 3 foundations in for June. One of them was because I wanted to roll it from last month and I was really enjoying, but then I knew that I had to put in my foundation from my 6 and 2026 Project Pan because I've been severely neglecting that and just making excuses for it. And then I added this one from AOA Studio, the Air Cream Foundation, because it has been sitting in my drawer basically like untouched. I've only used the light one once, and then I used this one maybe once, and then I have not really like combined them together because I think this one is a little too dark and then the other one is like very pale ghostly. And so I wanted to give them another test, and that is what I have been starting to use this week, so I will be using that in today's video. That's the game plan. If you have any fun updates that you want to share, any exciting news, any projects you're excited about that you're starting, any wins in your life, whether they be small, big, anything and everything, and same steps every single day except for one that I will talk about here soon. But I've been applying this Hamish tone-up sunscreen. It has been one that I've been using consistently and religiously since November, and I always talk about this, so I'm not going to go into detail, but I have recently been doing little light layers of this and then slowly like building it up, because you're supposed to be using like 1/4 of a tablespoon or like 3 fingers worth or something like that of sunscreen. Now that the ghost of Violet has appeared, we can officially cover her and actually get her back to life, because I am not trying to look like this all day long. I have been using this primer, which I talk about it and show you all in the Shop My Stash, but it is cut open. I am working my way down to it. I have like not a lot left. I think from the last time y'all saw, I'm kind of like almost to the very end of it, which is so exciting because this is another primer I'm glad to have out of my collection, have finished, and can count towards my total empty value. So I like to just kind of dig my pinky finger in there, and then I will apply it just over my, I just literally slathered all over my face. So I let that sink in for a little bit as well, and then I'm going to do a step that I normally don't do often, which is I add my CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer. This is in my deck of painting prompt, which I will link that playlist down below if you kind of want to watch how that is going for me. Occasionally thrown in here. I like to, if it's a new foundation or one that I have neglected and then brought back and I'm not too sure how I feel about it again, example, the one we're using today, since I'm not too sure my thoughts on it, I will spend a couple days of, well, I will rotate. I will use this by itself with primer, the regular, all the other factors. I will only just change just this, so then I know like how this works on its own, how this works with the brush, how this works with the sponge, how this works with just primer alone, how this works with Illuminites, all of those kinds of things. I really try and test these to its full potential, the Illuminizer, and this is pretty dewy. It's not like extremely dewy or anything. Like you can definitely see the glowiness, so like you can kind of tell on the side of my face that it has got some. Lately what I have been doing is using my foundation brush. This is a new one that I will talk about probably in a video next month or August, something, I don't know yet, because I've already got my YouTube schedule planned for this month, the end of June, all into July, and I think some of August as well. So whenever it goes up, it will go up. But I have M1 and then I have L2, which I do not want to stipple my brush into it. I want to just kind of grab a little bit off of the little compact. I'm also using this from AOA. It's a, I don't know if it's a depotting tool or what they officially call this. See those marks? That is all of the foundation I used yesterday. That was way too much. Way too much. And then I did the same thing on this side. Yeah, no, don't do that. I'm gonna do this, like, a little bit at a time of just the light. And then we're just gonna do that. That looks a lot better than it did yesterday, because the amount I applied yesterday basically turned out to be like a full coverage, except my little blemish here, like my scab, was still showing through. But all of these other blemishes, well, they're still covered, except for on this side. They're still peeking through a little bit. So yesterday was like full coverage. I think today is a lot better. It doesn't look as heavy. You can still kind of see some of the blemishes and a little bit of my skin peeking through, which is fine. Definitely, this foundation is going to take me till my deathbed to finish, because if I just need a teeny bit, then I'm going to be 100 years old still using this. So my next step I also do is concealer, and lately I have been using a color corrector because I have color correctors that I need to use. I only have 2, but still they need to get used. I have been just going into my e.l.f. Camo color corrector. This one is in the shade called Peach. I don't think that this is the right tone for me for my dark circles, because I think my dark circles are too dark for this. And then I decanted my Milani concealer finally in this one, which is not in my second makeup tours video. This will actually be featured in my third one months from now. What I like to do is in this little pot, I have also another brush that I'm currently testing out. It is the Tap and Blend Concealer. Yes, from e.l.f. as well. I recently got a couple new brushes from e.l.f. and I'm testing them out. So, because I want a brush for like every step of my routine. It's just convenient, handy. Okay, so I just I tried to grab a little bit because that went a little too much. I'm trying to spread it out. Okay, and then with the foundation brush, I just go over it just to pat everything around, just so that everything's blended and kind of like meshed into each other. That this brush has got a very big surface area, very large head, so it makes, you know, blending like couple taps, everything blended within seconds, and that is why I love just using brushes. Because I've been using the Hard Candy Face Off one. This is in the shade called Sweet Tea, and at first I was like, I don't really care for it, and then the more that I'm starting to use it, the more that I'm actually using it. Except the only thing I recommend is if you have this and you have not used it, or it's been a while since you've used it, work one half of your face at a time. I try to put, because I like to do line here, and then blend them. I put a line on this side, started blending it, taking my time, and then when this one was settling in, it was a little harder to blend, so I put quite a bit because this is a very light shade, and this is the last new e.l.f. brush that I am currently testing out and using. But this is the bronzer seed, it's very light, so it looks like I apply it a lot, but there's really like barely showing. Alright, so that looks good. And so now, since it's this is the e.l.f. Cream Blush and Bronzer Duo. Use the bronzer, I have the other side for blush, so I love how that I could apply this, then pick up my blush, then just flip the other side. I'm such a huge lover of duo brushes and multitasking brushes. Not a lot of people are, but I just feel like they're so convenient, they're so handy. Like, you have double ends. Like, why waste a brush when you can make it dual-ended? So you can flip, like, I don't know, it is just so handy. It's a handy dandy notebook. For blush, I actually mix two, and I show that in my stash. So I have been using this AOA one. This is their Color Flush Liquid Blush in the shade Cherry Wood, and I mean, I am probably gonna finish this maybe this month or something, because there's a lot of windowing. Like, I didn't even notice how little I have in here. I also like to work this one a little at a time, or like section at a time, because it'll just kind of sit there. And then I will layer the concoction that I have from several years ago I tried to finish. So I will apply this one, blend it out first. This one is a like orangey, not really toasty orange, but it's a very like neutral orange. And then I go in with this one because it's like a mauve neutral pink. And I like to layer these two just to kind of get use off of both, but also just a little bit more blush color, because sometimes I feel like I don't put enough. And then sometimes I look in pictures and I'm like, girl, you literally have blush blindness. So I either apply too much or not enough. For highlighter, because yes, I still love highlighter. I still love that like strip of highlighter. I don't like to be seen from aliens or from space or anything like that, but I like highlighter, and I do like it on the more like natural looking side of it. So it has been the Wet n Wild Meg Glow Hello Halo, and then I will show you what I use for brows and for eye primer, and then I will see you back at the end, because I'm going to be doing a whole nother video for another video coming on Thursday. Now for my brows, really quick, I've been using the QYC eyebrow pencil. It is those like triangle shaped ones, because it's what I really prefer. I don't like anything skinny, because I just feel like I have to really sit there and spend so much longer on my brows. Then I go over it with the Benefit Gimme Brow, something that I just kind of put in here to use up because my sister gave it to me. For eye primer, it's the About Face Shadow Smoothing a Shadow Fix. I always forget it, and that's the eye primer I've been using. Almost done with it. Then for my shimmers, I use the NYX Glitter Primer that I always have on hand. Mascaras, it's been the Revolution 5D Lash Waterproof for my bottom lashes, and then for my top lashes, I've been using the Revlon So Fierce Big Bad Lash. Of course, both waterproof. Not that the bottom needs waterproof, but I just didn't like this one. I talk about more, so you can watch it in Shop My Stash or previous videos, and that is the one that I've been using. So that is it for my Project Pan base makeup. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye bye, guys.